My friends, hello and welcome to a special year in review episode of GoldenEye SpeedLore. Indeed, it has been somewhat of a tradition for us since 2015, believe it or not, at this time of year to look back at the year that was and see all the amazing GoldenEye speedruns, world records, untied world records, personal records, funny Twitch clips, and all that made the community the place that it truly is. You know, what a place, the elite community. You know, I've been hanging around there since 2005, and it's stuff like we'll explore tonight that's kept me there. So, to get started with this episode, as usual, we'll take a look at the untied world records, and the page you're seeing now is all the untied world records that were set this year. There were a total of 13 untied world records. We'll get to all of them. And, you know, we see them here. Actually, there was 12. Wow, there was 12, because 2 were 2-second cuts. And we cut 14 seconds from the total time this year, which is not that many. Could things be slowing down? Could things be speeding up? I guess we'll find out. And so the Untieds are a great starting point for this sort of year in review stream, but of course we will intermix this with all sorts of other fun and epic speedruns. The first Untied World Record of the year came from Henrik Norgren and was Train Secret Agent 122, set on March 4th, 2021. Now, if you forget what that run looked like, let's take a look. This run, actually, believe it or not, Henrik sent for me to unhoard for him in the Train Double Agent SpeedLore episode. It was one of the last SpeedLore, mainline episodes that there was, and we unhoarded at the end, and it was quite the surprise for a lot of people. They were excited to see it. So let's relive this amazing Train Secret Agent 122. It's a really amazing speedrun. And one thing that you'll really notice that's epic is how he kind of gets a little bit hung up there, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. He does the far Ourumov shot, which starts the game's internal timer on completing the hacking objectives a little bit earlier. It starts as soon as Ourumov passes away, and so by shooting him from outside of the final room, it starts that timer earlier than if you were to run inside the room and laser him. So he probably saved, 1.5 seconds there, and that was enough to give him the 122. The issue is it becomes difficult because you need to do the lasers super, super fast in order to get out of the train quickly enough to not fail the objective, not have Natalia, come follow you up. Of course, I have to assume by now that the vast majority of people watching this know all that already, given how many SpeedLore episodes and explanations and so on we've done. But this was an amazing run. Obviously, completed the untied sweep for him, which is really cool. He had, when he got 148.00, it was the first world record of, first untied of 2018. So, pretty epic. The Train Master, the Train Strat Master, Henrik Weister Norgren, bashes out this 122 in March of this year. Very epic. And now Henrik actually, it's amazing he got the untied sweep. It's remarkable. Untied sweeps are very few and far between in this day and age. So huge congratulations. And of course, the untied sweep remains to this day, which is very impressive. Will anyone ever tie any of these train records? Only time will tell. So, these untied sweeps are incredibly rare, and it would be very unusual to imagine that the next untied world record of the year could result in another untied sweep. Like, that's got to be almost impossible, right? Yet, it happened. Believe it or not. The next untied world record of 2021 was revealed to us in June of this year. And it was Cali W with Surface 1 Agent 101 in an insane time. Callie had, previously achieved 146 Secret Agent and 147 Double Agent on this level. He was going for 101 for the Untied Sweep. I mean, those records are actually insane, like beyond what's comprehensible. Some of the best ever set in gaming or just anything worldwide, I would say. And so he's going for 101, which is insane. You know, I posted a whole video breakdown of this record, and basically it was kind of always uncertain if you were going to need a boost for 101. You know, Leonardo Santos got a boost on his 102 in 2008, back in the day. So a lot of people thought, okay, you're going to need a boost for 101, but Callie was able to do it without a boost, which is very impressive. Just super insane look down, super good strafing, and then amazing lock shots and stuff. I believe he actually had an interesting strafe decision at the console here, which is one of those things that seems obvious in hindsight, but like people kind of either didn't do or forgot to do. Like, I remember doing that on 149 essay attempts 10 plus years ago, 15 years ago, and it was kind of like, ooh, is it better or not? But obviously Callie has now cemented the fact that it is better. Yes, it's 100% better. And the locks are just insane. I think they weren't even 15 shot locks though. I think they were like 17 or 18 shots. And like, for a long time we thought it was going to take 15 shots. Okay, so they were 15. They were, which is what you would expect on an insane Untied 101. I guess 12 is the theoretical, like, max, like, one burst per, but that's almost TAS style. So 15 is, like, as perfect as you can do. Yeah, that is a big key, JD, is, like, he really, it's hard to get the warp with such low lag, really hard to get the warp with such low lag, but he obviously intentionally keeps lag low because he wants to save frames, and he still gets the warp, which is insanely hard. And he's you can hear him shoot like before he even lands, which most people wouldn't do. You would want to kind of aim and set yourself up first in a moment or frame or two and then start, but like he just knows he has to just land and shoot. Or shoot and then land, in fact, which he does successfully and nails the 101. And he used Control Style 2.x. I cannot imagine the maneuvering is easy with that control style on the stage. You know, that's another very, very difficult endeavor to learn. He closes the door there as well behind him. I wonder if that saves lag by, like, helping unload the satellite building. I mean, again, it's just a masterful run, and pretty much every Untitled record that is achieved in the 2020s and beyond is going to be a masterful run. You know, there's no doubt. And that completed an Untied Sweep for himself as well, which is insane. So, you know, we've seen now 2 Untied Sweeps already in the first 2 Untieds of the year. And there's still Untied Sweeps, which is pretty amazing. You know, very, very impressive. And it's a total of 3 Untied Sweeps on the rankings, because Ace's control stuff is still Untied from 2019. Wow, it's hard to believe that was 2 whole years ago. Wow. Unbelievable. So yeah, that was very cool stuff. Now, mind you nothing. We'll get to it all. The next event that took over the Elite. Yeah, it's a good point, Irie. Like, you need to play 1,000 hours this level. It's one of the most repetitive levels in the game. You're looking down most of the time. It's like a Callie only thing. Like, only he wants to grind it out. It's not very... It's not a super thrilling, addictive level, right? But he wants to do it. So... And yeah, there is a list of Untied Sweeps somewhere, which is, I forget exactly where it is, but it's somewhere. It's like a forum post. I don't know if it's been fully updated or anything. Okay, so the next thing we're going to check out is the Aztec situation. Every now and then in the summertime, for some reason that doesn't make any sense, because it's summer and you should want to be outside and stuff, I decide to, like, pick up the controller and play. It's really weird. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, you should want to play in the winter, but I just never do. And so I was just mucking around. And I noticed a bunch of guys on Aztec, like JD Black here, had decent times. Aztec 00139, 138. And they were using interesting strategies. So here's one by Dusky, a 138, Aztec 00 Agent. Again, the world record was 135 by Luke Sklar's. Pretty good really good world record. It was one of the longest standing on tides, in fact, set in 2017. But these guys were getting 139, 138, so they were getting pretty close. And I finally got around to watching these videos, because, like, I don't keep up on every single level all the time. And they were using strategies that I thought were kind of interesting and maybe not optimal. Now, Charlie here says that he achieved this time while listening to 4 men scream like apes about creepypastas. I've always wondered what creepypastas in particular they were screaming about. It's always intrigued me. I don't think I'll ever know the answer. Probably not. It's a mystery forever. But he got a reasonable time, Aztec 00138, and we're going to watch that time to learn a bit about the new strategies that have been sort of optimized in the past 3-4 years. You know, Aztec SpeedLore was in 2017, so this stuff is since then. So what you do here is you shoot to lure these guards, shoot 6 shots, and then 3 here. As a result of shooting 3 in that corner, this guard is almost always stuck in the mainframe. Then by doing a certain amount, you have to do like 5 seconds worth of pausing there, and then 2 or 3 seconds here, he warps through, and you've alerted the guard behind him, and so they'll open the glass door, and it's very consistent. And so because of this consistency on a strategy that usually was not very consistent, we've been able to lower times. You know, before this point, getting 138 was insane. And I mean, it's still very decent. But yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Flicker. It's a setup that made the level more consistent, and because it was more consistent, things could kind of be pushed further and faster. But there is a catch. There is a catch. And to be fair to Dusky and JD and these other guys who had 138 and 139, they probably wouldn't have known this because they never played Aztec this way. But you don't need to shoot 3 shots in the corner to get that guard stuck there. It almost guarantees he'll be stuck in there, like almost 100%, but it's not necessary. And so you could just not aim in the corner and just keep playing the level and probably save 2 seconds that way. And so if you could save 2 seconds that way, like, maybe there's a chance that, you know, you could get close to the world record, right? It makes sense. If these guys are getting 138 with the detour to corner, maybe without that detour, you could get an even better time. Seems logical to me. And so, there was also a heavy complication of, like, exactly what the strategies were called, which made the knowledge on the level, like, much more esoteric and niche and arcane. But thankfully, at some point in the year, Yendis made a thread called the Aztec Knowledge Repository. Let's see if I can find, here we go, here's this thread. The Complete Aztec Glass Knowledge Repository. Very good thread by Yendis, so huge appreciation to Yendis. He talks about the Ilu mainframe, which he's saying is the version where you don't shoot in the corner to get the guard stuck in the mainframe. And what's funny is that, like, anyone who played this level back in the day knew that sometimes the guard is stuck in the mainframe. Not always. It's actually somewhat low, like 5%, 10% of the time. But sometimes you don't have to shoot in the corner and the guard's stuck in the mainframe, and thus, like, hey guys, if we just skip shooting in the corner, sometimes he'll be stuck there anyways, and you'll save 2 seconds. And these guys are already pacing times close to the world record speedrun, you know? So, with all that being said, okay, a lot being said, all that being said, we're going to get to a point when I start playing the level. Usually, you know what, sometimes I don't inject myself into the story, but in this case, you know, I drove the story here, which is kind of crazy to see how it happened. I slowly grind down 141. I had 142 with old strats, got 141, 139, 138. I got this run, was pretty decent. Of course, it's a year in review, it's time to reflect and thank all the good that came in the year before us. So I'm going to give a big shout out once again to a SpeedLore champion who supported SpeedLore series this year in 2021. A big thanks to our pal, 4-Day Bender. A huge thanks, 4-Day, for supporting the series on Patreon. Dedicate this run to you. It is one of the first runs where it's like, hey, you know what, guys? Maybe this strat is for real, and maybe we can get a really good time with this strat. Let's take a look. Really healthy run, which is nice. No lure to the corner. A back boost, and kind of a stuck on not getting rid of that guard quickly enough. Like, that could have been... I probably lost 1 or 2 seconds there, I would say. Do the lure strat. Nice, pause for the guidance data. Glass opens. Spinorama style. Oh my god, I'm full health still, it's insane. Oh, I'm not quite full health. Probably, maybe lost half a second there, I don't know. Oh my god. Almost passed away, we're in the vents. The vents are always a fun time. Gotta stave off some madness in the vents. Wow, it's insane. You know, JD, it's great you mentioned that. I forget exactly what strategy that was in particular. We may hear... I forget if we'll hear about it. We may hear about it, though. There was a lot that went into Aztec this year, and, like, I can't get into every single detail. I could probably do a full episode on it, and maybe I will at some point. We'll do, like, a revisit of the Aztec. You know? All that's happened since 2017, but... that was the name of a legitimate strategy, I think. It might have been Troll Post. But anyways, I got the 137 double agent there. It was not the goose egg strategy, actually. Let's see if I... did I use the... on 138? I forget if I used on 138. Let's see. If I did... yeah, okay. No, let's see. Okay, I have 2 nades here. Okay, I did use it on 138, so actually we'll show the one... I'll show 138 as well. It's a good run, too. Yeah, so this one actually... again, so we saw the strategy at hand there. This one has a strategy as well that we're going to... you know, it's like... at this point in GoldenEye, you have to sort of... combine all of the... it's not like a huge time save, like 5 seconds on a level. It's like all these bits and pieces that come together to make something more consistent, which in turn makes things faster because you can push things more. But on this 138, I do use it. And you know what? Let's dedicate this run. You know, it's my run, my favorites to dedicate to another individual who supported the series massively this year. A big thanks to FC Bojangles, SpeedLore champion, for supporting SpeedLore on Patreon. A huge thanks, FC. Let's watch this 138, which I got a couple days before I got the that 137. We're gonna see a cool strategy used here as well. You usually get grenades on Aztec. I got one in the first room there, 1 or 2. And so same thing here. So okay, so this is what happened on this. That's why I didn't show this run at first, because the run was either like if it was a fast run or 2 nades. We were still experimenting with stuff. I would go and create the forced stuck mainframe, is what we would call it, the forced stuck, because you're forcing the stuck, as opposed to the natural stuck mainframe where you get stuck naturally. So this is a forced stuck run. It was probably really fast. I decided, you know, with a fast run, let's just do the stuck, get PBs, and kind of slowly trim my time down. But here, I throw a grenade, it blows up a drone, and then I can run through the drones without getting back boosted, which probably saves a second and saves some health. On that run, I kind of got hit going to the body armor, but like it could save health and be a very positive outcome. So that's the, I guess the guys started calling it the goose egg strategy. You know, because the nade's kind of like an egg. You throw it to destroy the drone there, which is kind of cool. So you can see how a bunch of these strategies are coming together to trim down the records, which is cool. Yeah, Happy New Year worldwide, and Griffin, hello. So it just guards really pull a lot of grenades on Aztec because they're programmed to. I guess the game developers thought it was like a very dangerous thing for them to do, and so they pulled nades. So that's a 138, decent stuff. Very epic. And you can see all these things starting to come down. Another thing that was considered was, like, kind of the holy grail of Aztec runs was, like, would it be possible to survive a no body armor run? No one ever survived one on Double O Agent. People have survived on Secret Agent, but Double O is way more difficult. You can only get hit 4 times. You can't get hit more than that. And so, yeah, it's like, could it be fathomable? And I got some runs that were pretty close. And again, we're slowly chipping away to make the record more and more improvable, more and more possibly optimal, you know? So this is an interesting run I got. It was not the fully successful run, unfortunately, but it was a good run. And we're going to dedicate this run to another who supported the series so greatly this year, our pal Languid Tide. A huge thanks to our SpeedLore champion, Languid, for supporting the channel, and this run is dedicated to you. July 5th, 2021. I almost got this run of true history. This would have been such an incredible run. I got a nade off of him, headshot there. I might have not done the natural mainframe here. Yeah, so I knew the run was slowish, and I had a lot of health. So I said, let's just go for a full health run and see if we can complete a no BA run. And you kind of have to make decisions like that on the fly, you know? There we go. Nade. Guys, I'm thinking full health, we're going for it, baby. We're going for it. Open the glass. No damage. I have a nade. So I do it there to eliminate the guards so they don't shoot me into the consoles. So I'm gonna tank at least 1 shot from the drone here and go with 6 bars. So I can survive 3 more hits. Oh, almost made it to safety. But not quite, baby. Not quite. If that completed, it was like definitely 135, maybe 134 on Tide. 108 Death. I was playing on a file with 142, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I think I timed this earlier. at 110 I insert the data, and then I pass away at 113. Oh, at 120, yeah, 113. So, given that the end time, so 3 seconds when I inserted it, then times 108. I had a 5-second death animation, so I died at 103. Okay, died at 103. I inserted at 110. It's 34 seconds from insertion to completion. So this would have been 134. It would have been the untied world record, no BA. Alas, it simply did not pan out. It almost panned out, but it simply did not pan out. And so, son of a gun. It's what happens. It's what happens. That's exactly right. But you know what? That strat wouldn't even be shown for a couple more runs, JD, if it exists. Because I was trying to get 135 to bop Luke's Untied, which had been untied for 4 years. Unfortunately, you know, oftentimes levels get very hive-minded. People start playing the same level. And this level certainly did that as well. It did. And a lot who are playing Aztec 00, including our pal True Faith. True Faith was going for it. He had already improved his record to 136. He was getting close to 135, and on July 4th, 2021, he got this run.
I wish I could grow a beard. I'd love to grow a beard. But,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that True Faith wished he could grow a beard.
do it.
So again, that natural stuck mainframe, the guard just happens to be stuck. Again, not super consistent, but maybe 5-10% of the time. Gets a nice boost going away, which is nice. This is really good. That was actually really well done. Like, he just had perfect invincibility frames to not get hit. That's also somewhat new, is like running those drones. Normally we wouldn't do that on 00 Agent because you would get 2 back boosts. But by shooting at the drone, which is something Luke did on his 135 4 years ago, you at least save 1 damage.
We did it! We did it!
I think he still has, like, he can still take a shot, which is, like, very positive. Because you don't want to be in the situation, like, be really, really frightened. Oh my god, that's insane.
This is it.
Is he gonna hit from behind? What a dumbass!
Oh my god!
That was so bad. That was so poorly played.
134. Take it to the bank.
Oh my god.
134. It might be 135, but whatever. God damn it, I thought it was 134. But at least I got the record. I can't believe that wasn't 134. It was like a 56 bus. Should have been 134.
So, you know, he's content, but he would have been more content with the Untied, of course. Who wouldn't be? Yeah, he just made some poor decisions in the vent. Okay, so 2 back boosts there is normal, and in the past we wouldn't go for that because you would do the kind of loop-de-loop around the vents and take like 1 back boost there. But the 2 back boosts there, you know, it's offset. It is faster to run through them, and they also take out that drone to save some health. And obviously he needed that health to survive. Side note, my message in chat here says, I can't believe that football's coming home, lads. This was July 2021, so RIP. Pour one out to our British friends. And then you pause here and and you run to the end and insert the guidance data. What he did really fast there, which was good.
We did it!
But like, you just wonder, like, what in the world was he thinking here? At one point, he's just standing. You have to cycle back and forth like an S, like a Tetris block. But instead, he just decides to stand here and not turn around the other way. There's like a rhythm to it. Anyways, you know, it's all for naught. He's a great player, legendary player. And it was an important speedrun because it tied Luke's 135 Double Agent, which was an untied world record for 4 years. So a very significant speedrun this year, for sure. Now, as amazing as that was, I was, you know, certainly have been more upset and more bummed about people sniping me to a world record, people speed bullying me to a world record before in the past. As you get older, you kind of, you know, learn to let things go a bit more. And so, yeah, he got the world record, but I was still playing. I want to get 135. I'd actually never held a record on Aztec Double Agent in my life, or Aztec, any difficulty in Aztec. I won the record. And so the next day I was playing, and maybe it all came together. It was amazing. That's for sure. It was so amazing, this run, that we're going to dedicate it to another big-time SpeedLore supporter throughout the year, our pal Madry Bread. A huge thanks for all your support throughout 2021. SpeedLore champion, much appreciated. This run's for you. Let's watch what happened on July 6th, 2021. It was the 5th into the 6th, so. I was talking, like, I mean, in terms of social media and so on. You know, General Motors is a good example of a company that just completely lost its vision and lost its top spot. And is now, like, waning in irrelevancy, unfortunately. Come on. So I got the natural stuck. Pretty pumped. This one has a chance. A fast one, very healthy as well. Full health. I'm not going to skip BA here because this could be world record. So I announced I'm not going to skip BA because it's fast enough for 135. If it was a little bit slower, I would have gone for skipping the BA and hoping to get the insane, unlikely but possible run and go for the untied. But I decided here that I wasn't going to skip the BA. Now what's funny is because I don't take any hits at the glass, I changed my mind for like 1 second and then changed back because I had hit in a moment. You'll see. I cannot believe that. Okay, whatever. See, what's funny is that because I didn't take any damage to the glass, I was like, okay, I'll skip BA. So I started priming the nade there to take out the guards at the front of the sort of blast bay. If I never thought that, I would have simply ran through the consoles with the nade out and done the goose egg strategy. And maybe it would have even been faster that way. But because I kind of second-guessed myself, I kind of had to... Yeah, I went back and forth my decision. Who knows if the time would have been different. But I'm not bitter about it at all, or I think it's just the analysis of the run. But now at this point, I'm paused, taking out the guidance data, and now that's like it. I can't go back. It's just do it, run to the end. Bassacurds 97, shout to him, says it's the run.
2 backs.
2 backs.
Very unfortunate. Oh my god, I lost all my BA. I might as well have just skipped it.
2 forwards as well. Lost all the BA.
That was the weirdest survive I have ever seen.
I somehow didn't take any damage on the way back from the upload, which is insane, but it does happen. This is how you play the vents, you know. Like, I don't want to always toot my own horn, but I'm really good at the vents. Mark Rutzu even commented to such an effect. We can try to dig up the comment.
There was a couple weird issues here. I don't know what time. I have no idea what time this is. I have. It was like a real. This could be 1:36. Oh my god! Writing to disk. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Writing, dude, we don't have the captured version. Mamma mia! Mamma mia, baby! 135 Aztec 00 world record. Writing to disc, baby. Only the live stream highlight exists. It's truly remarkable, my friends. Maybe we're not so washed up after all, baby. It's true. It's true. Maybe we're not so washed up after all. It's amazing. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. Mark Rutzus' comment. Okay. Okay, let's boost this up a bit. Players with most safe surviving strats on the countdown. Goose, Mark. Almost everyone else, with some exceptions, seem to be almost begging to be shot because of carelessness by exposing themselves to guards. I know that's Mark Rutzu talking about it, so yeah. That's a good question, Sammy Limex. I'll actually explain. It's funny as heck. Look at this Russian fellow. I don't know who this Russian fellow is. You should go for Untied. Imagine getting 132 or something with no BA. Good point. And Sammy's there as well. And Benobot. Shoutouts to these two. But, I think Joris said that if the writing to disc appeared... I have no idea.
During the run, he would have backrolled it, but because it appeared here in the cutscene, he accepted it. Which seems like mildly arbitrary. Not only that, but writing to disc is actually like translucent, so you can still see behind it. It would have been very nitpicky to backroll it, but he didn't, and so I'm thankful. I don't think he might have just given like a official warning instead of actually backrolling. You can see the number behind. You can see the text behind the bar. So it's translucent too. It would have been a scam if he backrolled it, but it also would have given me more incentive to keep playing the level. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm appreciative of his decision. That's a great point, Cal. That's a great point. So I also made a celebration version, a classic, like, edit, a fun edit. So I have Mark's comment in here. You know, it's a music video, which is common with, you know, I have some memes, some Samo. When you get a great world record, you make a music version. I would often show this in SpeedLore. If it was a full SpeedLore, I would do it. But we just watched the run, and I have Phil Mickelson's quote here. I felt old and washed up, and of course he actually had won the PGA Championship not long ago, and he said this: "There's no reason why I or anyone else can't do it at a later age. It just takes a little bit more work." Very inspiring, honestly. So a funny kind of meme edit, but serious and happy. Great video that I had a lot of fun making, and a lot of fun getting. That was the only world record I got this year, so I had some fun with it. We had a good time, baby. I wonder if I'll ever get a world record again. Alas. So, at this point in time, we're in early July 2021. Aztec, we can see now, True Faith and I have tied 135. Is lower possible? Well, lower is definitely possible, right? If someone could survive a body armor skipped run, it could be possible. You know, on my run, I talked about if I used the grenade differently, if I did the goose egg strategy and ran the drone without getting back boosted, maybe that could have been 134 or even 133. So, like, we know lower is possible. And there would be one more tiny thing discovered that you'll see on this run that ended up making lower possible. So a couple weeks went by of grinding still throughout July.
July is a tricky time for me. I kind of come and go from this location. It's summertime. I'm not playing all the time, of course. So people were kind of like, ooh, can I get 135? Can I improve my record? But it would be a discovery made about avoiding any hits from the drone that would help what happened next. This run was set July 30th by one Gus Riolo, who would attempt no body armor runs on his slower runs, on his like not perfect runs. So let's take a look at this amazing speed run. Again, slower is probably not like actually meaningful. It's just like, you know, not the most perfect thing I've ever seen, or doesn't love it or whatever. I mean, this is still a very, very fast start and run. There's nothing wrong with this run at this point. But he has had faster, more YOLO. Probably in the first room, the guards might have encroached a bit closer, saving a second or two. But this run is still really, really, really good. 33 pause there. Glass opens. What you're going to see here is... So he shoots from the other side, the fire wears out, he's going to confuse the drone by dipping forward, then backwards, the drone spins around and doesn't have time to come and hit him. He goes in here with full health, and now you have a good chance at surviving this room. Which he does. And now he's in the vents on an Aztec double agent run, with no health, knowing that if it completes and he doesn't pass away here, he probably has an untied and cements himself as, you know, one of the most legendary speedruns ever performed on the stage. That was kind of ballsy. I mean, like, we know guards don't really come from behind there, but 134 Aztec double agent untied world record. Truly remarkable, and one of the most historic runs we've ever seen, I would say, personally. So yeah, what made it possible? It was actually Clemens that discovered this. True faith. Dip in, dip back, and then go, and you're not going to get hit. And it's very easy and consistent. And it's kind of insane because it's such a simple strategy, but it's not something like we ever like thought about that deeply, I guess. You know? It's really weird. Yeah, I don't even know how to... It's amazing that it took until 2021 for that to be found. But like then again, we weren't like thinking that hard about it. You know, sugar-free, I don't know if this was on 2.x. Instinctively, I'd say no, because there's no real advantage using 2.x here, because you're like not starting with full speed. You like peek out, walk backwards, like you don't need full speed for this. Now, I know that Wotus uses 2.x on Agent, but you're running the whole start. So I doubt this is 2.x. But yeah, just a combination of so many different things that were discovered throughout July and June of this year on Aztec to really make this all happen. Like, for one, realizing that, hey, the natural stuck mainframe isn't that rare. Like, let's just go for that instead of doing the forced stuck like we watched on that Dusky run. And then, you know, the goose egg strategy with the nade, beating up the drone. You know, that improves some consistency as well. It, you know, made the idea of like, ooh, what if a body armorless run is possible for real, guys? It was kind of a meme in the past. It was this theoretical god run. And now it's a reality. And the final piece of the puzzle was the truer drone strategy where you confuse the drone rotating around and not hitting you. And now you can go in with full health. Because normally you would get 100% hit by the drone there no matter what, and you go in with 6 bars maximum, but that he needed 8 bars. You can get hit 4 times, and it's survivable. There's a whole other thing with, like, invincibility frames, like, the more health you have, the less long the invincibility frames stay up. Like, you can see kind of how much longer the invincibility frames are there, like the health bars are there on his last hit with 0 health than his first one. But, like, it's complicated and, you know, too much to get into for a simple year in review video. You know, mind you, we've already been on Aztec for quite some time, but, I mean, this run's historic, and a lot went into this run happening, so amazing stuff by Gus Riolo. He got that 134. I heard he apparently caked it, too, like, it was pretty cake, and it was just like he would go for no BA on full health runs that weren't the fastest run ever. Like, we can see he's pausing here at 32, 33 on the watch. Him and Clem were getting 31s, which is insane. You get 132 it that way with body armor even, I think. And this was about the fastest I would ever get on any run, so they were faster than me to this point. But simply amazing stuff by Gus Riolo. A truly and utterly legendary run, and a great place to stepstone throughout the year as we continue to look at the year that was in GoldenEye speedrunning. So, of course, a lot happens in any given year in GoldenEye speedrunning, and not all of it is untied world records. Some of it is just great world records, or even new world records from players who, you know, aren't the #1 ranked player in the world, or in the top 5 or 10. And one player like that is this gentleman here named Samo Sammy. Very funny and charming and handsome young man from Australia. And he won to get Depot Secret Agent 39 seconds, which is a very decent world record. In fact, it's the last untied world record I ever set in my career, which I got in 2015. And it's been the record since then, which is pretty cool. You know, it's one of my happier world records. And it's actually getting up there in days. It's the 8th oldest world record in the game right now, which is pretty cool. So, cool stuff. And like 7 or 8 people have tied it since. And Samo wants to become one of those people. Makes sense. And, you know, he's ranked like 60, 70. He is ranked 51st right now, which is pretty decent, climbing the ranks. So a world record like this that 6 or 7 or 8 people have, or 9 people, you know, it would be a cool achievement for him, right? He wants the record. He's gotten, you know, a bunch of 40 duplications. He wants 39. And finally, the game gave it to him. Finally, on August 4th, 2021, he got this speedrun. Great speedrun. Let's take a look at Depot Secret Agent 39 by Samo Sammy. It's Samo Sammy, I believe is his Twitch name. And, so you use 2.x, you shoot at the screen in the opening cutscene, open the door. There's a bunch of different strats in here, but you're basically going to blow up the mainframes and grab a key. So he shoots 4, grabs the key from the inside, hopes they blow up the mainframes, which they do. Objective A completes. Great stuff. Probably gets a boost here. Yeah, nice boost. This is a great run. Great run by our pal. Fan favorite, I would describe him. Samo Sammy. As you'll see. Wow. It's amazing.
Yes! 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 Fuck! Come on! Yes! 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 That's what I'm talking about, dude. Guys.
We lifted the curse. Guys, the curse is lifted. Guys, we lifted the curse. The curse is over. The curse is over, guys. The curse is over. The curse is lifted. The world will begin to heal. If anyone has noticed how bad things have been lately, a lot of bad things have happened, not a lot of good. The curse is lifted. I lifted it. It's over. I lifted it.
It is funny and epic how, you can feel like the world is conspiring against you when you are playing the game and things aren't going your way. And it feels when you succeed that like you're going to change the world. That's how happy you feel, right? And that's how happy he feels when he gets Depot SA39. A great run. Exactly, Francisco. That's exactly right. And again, Samo is a very likable character. A funny guy. Here's a clip of him spilling a beverage.
He's the former state police retirement to solve the of little Jody Perrin. He retired just weeks after the lead suspect, Ray McCann, was locked up for lying. But now the veteran investigator says he has no regrets after that suspect. He's the former state police.
Okay, somehow he spilled... Okay. There's another spill here.
Oh, for fuck's sake, can I stop doing this?
Spilled another cups. Can I stop doing it? This one, he whacks himself in the head, I think.
Ow. Oh my... Oh...
So he's a funny gentleman, struggling, life's not going his way. We've all been there, exactly. And so finally, he breaks through and he gets his world record he's been trying for Depot Secret Region 39. Now here's the problem. It just so happens that the moment he achieved Depot 39 was the same day as what is probably, if not one of the most controversial days in the history of the Elite community. The Elite's been around for 20 plus years. It's seen a lot. It's been through a lot of insane moments and controversies. But this day was one of the most controversial. What happened on this day that Samo got Depot 39, just as he thought the world was going to turn around for the better for him, was the story where Bunker 2 was broken. Bunker 2 was broken, and it was discovered that a handful of speedrunners were hoarding knowledge that would save 4-ish seconds, 3 to 4 seconds on Bunker 2, on all 3 difficulties. Again, these videos there's been multiple videos about this topic, standalone videos, so I'm not going to get into every single detail, but basically, White Ted and Berg and Callie and others knew that you could warp out of the jail cell on Bunker 2 without pausing. This saves 3 seconds on each difficulty. And not only that, they had all been hoarding new world records on Bunker 2 Agent difficulty. This was seen as extremely controversial. All hell broke loose on the Discord, on the forums. They claimed they were going to unhoard all the times very soon, and they did, to their credit. But you can imagine how this all overshadowed Samo's amazing world record. Another interesting tidbit was how there was a GoldenEye player in the 60 frames per second emulator version who had discovered this strategy the previous year in 2020 and had posted on his channel publicly, but the video only had like 10 views. And somehow Dusky and Zella stumbled upon it. They were able to replicate it on console. they broke the level kind of individually based on what this gentleman Akadi had done on emulator, and then it caused Ted and co to unhoard. It was a massive shitstorm. The shitstorm can be summed up well by this segment from the unhoard video a month later called TaskPap. We can see some reaction and get also the chat reaction on them seeing this segment of the video for the first time. So let's take a look at all the chaos that ensued literally moments after Samo's Depot 39.
If we count that, he just needs one more.
Oh, here we go. Broski.
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
I swear if this is 19. Or is this Depot Warp?
Hey, that's me!
It's gonna be
Yes, this is the
23 with the double.
I love the way Dusky like types. You can just hear.
What the fuck?
Oh no.
Holy fucking shit on MP4.
Splice.
Meanwhile,
In the secret Discord server.
in the secret Discord sewer.
I'd be down.
Please wait.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Please wait.
Please wait!
Come on, I say you could do it.
Oh,
This is
Dude, this is so fucking good.
oh my god.
Jesus fuck.
This is so fucking funny.
First set unhoard.
Oh my god, the fucking sandwich.
Nice. I like that little recap.
So it was a truly insane moment where basically these guys, 10-ish guys, had, I think it was 8 or 10. The world record on Bunker 2 Agent was 23 seconds, and they had all gotten down to 20 and 21. And so this massive, insane storm of chaos and controversy was revealed and unfolded, like, in the hours after Samo's world record. So this is what he felt like posting the new world record. He made a meme video. Wow, the record's now 22. Oh, 21, 20. You know, you feel for the poor man, and in fact, he made even another video called I Was Wrong About the Curse. I'm going to show this in its entirety. I guess it's technically a spoiler for the television show Lost. It's a parody of Lost. But that was 17 years ago, so you know what, guys? If you are worried about spoiling Lost and will remember the scene when you go to binge it later, I'm sorry, turn away for 3 minutes. If not, you can enjoy Samo's video called I Was Wrong About the Curse.
Don't waste your time. For 10 years, I've tried to defeat that game, but it was programmed by 3 grandmasters, and it cheats.
Well, I've played a lot of computers, and I'm pretty sure they don't know how to cheat. That's what makes being human so distinctly wonderful.
Actually, I just played that silly game again. And now, I realize why you didn't want me to beat it.
Meaning what? What have you done?
So Samo gets 39, amazing record. Then it's revealed that 50 people have now beaten his record on Bunker 2H's personal record. He's lost 50 points in the rankings. He's on a parking ticket, and he is no longer allowed to leave his house in Australia. All in the same moment. Very unfortunate, upsetting. Yeah, I agree, industrial grade, I agree. So all this stuff happened to Samo. Wow. That is just so unfortunate. Let's examine what happened. Let's take a look at some of these bunker runs. So we went into 2021, and Bunker was apparently, 7 people at 23. 42 was the record by Ace on Secret Double Agent, and 53 was the record on Double Agent by Ludovic Begon. Grenouillette. The guys who were hoarding got 22 seconds pretty quick. Callie got 22, it's whatever. Callie then also got 21. Let's take a look at Callie's 21. So this was the untitled record when set, 21 seconds. At the same time, only 2 or 3 people knew about this strategy. So instead of pausing here to select the watch magnet, you can just Arlene warp out of the cell. That saves 2 to 3 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds. Shooting a bunch of times. Get the tape. Eliminate this gentleman. Warp the glass. Warp a doodle dandy. And we're out of here, baby. We're out of here. 21 seconds. This was actually done on April 2021, so not only does this precede Samo's 39, it also precedes the entire Aztec storyline that we covered not too long ago. A week later, Callie would get this run. It is at least, notable, and there's thought put into it in that, he takes a different route than the traditional Bunker 2 Agent way, where you get the tape and then leave that same room. He goes through what's been called the middle path now. He slaps the guard right out of the cell. Not the easiest thing to do in the world. Goes through the middle path, gets the key card, carries on. Nice warp. It's a good question, Francisco. It's slower than just straight up warping through, but it's a good question. It's theoretically possible. Bunker 2 Agent, 20 seconds, that's a new world record. And so, again, you know, I've never really blamed Callie. He's an epic player. His approach to the strategy, he probably did what any of us would have done in his situation. This secret knowledge was revealed to him, and he went and got the best record he could at the time. But a lot of people did feel that it was cheap, that only him and a couple other people knew of this strategy, right? So everyone else is using the strategy where you pause, the world record's 23 seconds, and meanwhile, Callie gets the untieds because he was the one who was handed the forbidden knowledge by Ted and co. And so this was a point of contention. It was extremely controversial. Look, everyone is kind of over it now, right? Like, fair, you know, but it's, when you're in the moment, it's like funny and epic to like engage in it and like have a good time and have a laugh and take it way too seriously for a moment, you know. But in hindsight, I think that's kind of universal in the world, is like just step back and, you know, chill out over time. But yeah, I mean, the Arlene does work on Depot Agent as well, the Arlene warp. And it is interesting to think in hindsight, like, what if Scorpion never discovered the warp the way he did, and we only found out about this now? Like, 23 is the world record on Depot Agent. It's probably not possible with the strategies. It's probably not possible with the Arlene warp, because it's a bit slower. Now, it's the only way that's possible on Bunker 2, so it's the best strategy there, but on Depot, it's slower to do it that way. But you do wonder about a double warp, if it would even be worth it. So it's complicated, and it's not something that I'm going to dive into on this year in review, unfortunately. No, that's exactly true. That's exactly how it should be treated, Jazzworthy. A little drama from time to time can be fun, and it was fun, and we all had a good time. We all exerted our energy, and it was funny. So in reality, halfway through the year, the world record on Bunker 2 was not 23, it was 20. Now, to their credit, at least somewhat, maybe, they didn't play Secret and Double O Agent, 42 and 53, and so everyone knew that 3 to 4 seconds are lowerable on each of those difficulties. And so now we're going to watch a bunch of those runs. Who would get 42 or lower? Who would get 53 or lower? Well, one of the first people to almost do it was a young up-and-coming speedrunner named L. QWERTY. Becoming a legendary young player. And, you know, he's got a few world records in GoldenEye. He actually had 23 Agent, which was very impressive. Old strat. You know, he's got world records in Mario Kart as well. And so he's trying to, you know, get the 42. Now, Ace's 42 on Secret Agent is a really insane run. It uses a different route through the bunker that not a lot of people used. But, like, 42 is very doable with this technique now, considering you're saving 3 seconds to start. And this run probably would have done it, except he missed the warp. Our pal L. QWERTY missed the warp. Poor guy. He choked the untied sleigh. He was going to slay Ace's untied, and just unfortunately choked it away. Very tragic. A day later, this gentleman would be the one to slay the record. Irie Butler. You know, some Irie and folks are good with that. They kind of have the stream music playing, but they can record without it, which makes it nice. So Irie was the one to slay Ace's 42. Pretty insane. I mean, I couldn't believe the rush to play Agent. I was away from my console at that point in time. That might have contributed to a bit of my anger at the time about the whole situation. I was kind of getting mad on the forums, you know how it is? But, yeah. Oh my god, is there really 3 years of reset? Oh my god, thank you for giving me that heads up, Sella. What a strange clip. What a strange highlight. Here we go. So you can see everyone kind of has their own technique for the warp. He kind of crouches, dips down, which is kind of cool. He has ammo off screen, which is interesting. There's no reason for it. In fact, it's probably an inconvenience, but it kind of looks cool. Here we go. I mean, I do always like showing the runs before because it kind of gives you insight to really what's playing behind the scenes, behind the glory of a world record run. What's actually taking place, you know? Snipe the camera. Oh my god, he thinks he's got it. Okay, so his microphone's not on there, which is we can get the mic feed from the other one. Let's see. Let's hear his reaction when he gets the time, because he's pumped. He's pumped watching this one again, as they say. Okay, might be loud, but I'll turn it down really low.
Give me 43. Give me 43.
Well, he wants only 43.
Yes, 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 yes. Give me 43. Give me 43. 42! I slayed it! Oh my god!
Super pumped. He slayed it. He's super pumped. And Clem was actually streaming at the time. This is Clem finding out that Irie beat him to 42.
But I kind of get it. I mean, you're doing the first camera safer, so you're going to get more runs.
Was that his reaction?
And you just told me that you couldn't do the warp because you were too high. And then you got it. That's insane. Did it have a good reaction?
So as Clem in his, funny and epic way is like, haha, of course you have to run. You do the first camera safer.
But I kind of get it. I mean, you're doing the first camera safer, so you're going to get more runs.
That's his excuse to getting beaten. Of course, it's friendly and competitive and not to be taken 1,000,000,000% seriously, so. And hey, 42 was the record for, Irie had it with Ace there. And Clem would, a week later, get this speedrun. A very epic and decent speedrun, I'll say. Let's take a look.
I had a lot of 55 dupes back in the day, 56s.
I mean, it took him about a week, but
That's just because you run the mainframe camera, dude. Just like do that. Wow. Get out of there.
oh my god, chaotic area. Squeezed through really nicely, though. Bit of a back boost. Left strafe ending pretty decent.
Yeah, it's 43.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I
got backed. If I didn't get that back, it might have been it. That was an insane last camera, though. Yeah, I knew it was 43. The run was already kind of iffy, and then I had a horrible fourth camera, too. I needed, like, a god ending. 40, I mean, this level's cake now. The way I'm playing this level, like, I should be getting completions, like, once an hour. Yeah, I'll have to see, Irie. I'll have to experience double up for myself. Like, everything I'm saying is based on cold strategy, so...
He said
I don't really see why I did that much more.
he expects 1 completion per hour, roughly.
Yes! 42. Alright. Was that literally...
It wasn't quite the next run. There was like 1 or 2 pause outs in between, but like it was basically the next run. So that was pretty cool. He caked the 42. It took him about a week after I re-got it, and then 42 didn't want to give in easily. At this point, we're getting into late August, so we're another 2 weeks after Clemens tied 42. It's still the world record, and this is El Qwerty going for his revenge. Could El Qwerty get the run of his dreams and hit the final warp and atone for his choke? A back boost by the Clob Guard, kind of troll. Beautiful camera there, though. Nice camera. Beautiful. Got the documents. Snipes the cam. Very well played run, honestly. You know, a couple things could have been a little bit faster, like warps here and there, but like all in all, it was a very solid run. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. Nailed the 42. Qwerty clutched it out. Great gamer. You know, he's a very, very skilled player. He could do some damage on the rankings, for sure, for sure. But, you know, given all we've seen, right? We've seen, you know, Ace had the record before. Callie had the Untitled Agent. Irie, Clem, Qwerty had the record. Now tied on Secret Agent. Who do we think's gonna get the Untied? Who's gonna get the first 41? You know? Would I tell you? Would you believe it? Would you believe if I told you it was none other than the madman himself, who showed up arbitrarily for about 3 days in early September and got the run? Mark Striker Rutzus. Bunker 2 Secret Agent 41. Shocking and stunning, but when you're this good at the game, I mean, it's what you do. It's what you do. He did it. Again, we gotta give a big thanks to our big supporters and SpeedLore champions throughout the night who have been so kind this year, supporting the SpeedLore series and these videos. So a huge thanks to Philip P, SpeedLore champion. This run's dedicated to you, Philip. Watch this beautiful and insane run by the legend, none other than Mark Rutzus. Mark is basically good to show up once or twice a year and get an insane record or untied, and then leave quietly into the night. It's what he does every time.
Simon do it. That's 41. Class that. Yep. What's up then, bitches? Got 42 world record 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes later, 41. That's how you do it. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
He's simply too insane. I mean, it's unbelievable. 41 Mark Rutzus. Just a great run. We're like, you know, a bit cleaner than the other runs. I mean, 41 is still a solid time with this strat, because it would be like 44 old strat, and like that was the best time with this path through the bunker. the 42 that Ace had set without the warp had a different path through the bunker, and, you know, we might get to that in a little bit. But just a very, very clean run by Mark Rutzus here. Like, first shot, like, that camera's not easy. Like, honestly, it's really far from easy. I guess we'll see, Francisco. We'll see. Not too long after this, Ace does get in on the mix. Early October, Ace is playing. He's like, let's do it, baby. And so, without too much difficulty, he gets this run.
Maybe.
So this is the different route. You lure the clipboard guard with those shots early on. Nice headshot. Nice camera. Ow! So yes, he got 41 seconds there, a tied world record, and is so unimpressed he just keeps on mashing A and playing. This is reminiscent of once speedrunner Rutzus was shaded in Ocarina of Time. We get a new world record. He wasn't satisfied. He'd keep playing, and it takes a great speedrunner to do that for sure. I mean, compared to Mark Rutzus' run, he probably lost 3 seconds there on that last camera. And so, could 38 be possible in this level? Like, you know? So Ace wasn't thrilled. He kept grinding that session. Didn't get anything that session. The next day he did. See, he has a different shirt on. His chairs are set up a little bit differently. He now even has on his screen his goal's 36. The Ultra Untied. That'd be pretty impressive. I don't know if we're going to quite get a 36, but we'll see what we get here. This run is actually very funny and epic, and I love to dedicate the funny and epic runs to our SpeedLore champion, the ultimate SpeedLore champion, Mr. Moxie. Hope you're doing great, Moxie. Happy New Year to you and all the SpeedLore champions. And here's to another great year of SpeedLore. So let's check this one out, baby.
He shot me too early. Pretty sure. Dude, it's so laggy, oh my god.
Clipboard. Oh my god. The ending was not great. A lot of chaos. A lot of chaos.
Fucking pathetic.
So, Ace literally gets an untied world record, something that most players would be thrilled to get even one of in their career. And it just click away, pathetic, not even considering it anything. I mean, really though, he probably loses like 2 seconds here compared to perfection, and maybe another second here, honestly. Like, two back boosts, and like, it's decent, but definitely lost a second. A 40. Untied, but not good enough for Ace. And I mean, that's the sign of a real champion. We know Ace throughout these videos now. You know, he's incredible at this game, and so, you know, it's not a surprise to see him have bigger goals than just a 1 second untied. 5 days later, he would continue playing, and I think he was playing off stream because he was streaming a fair bit, and it can be distracting and difficult to get great runs while streaming. But 5 days later, on October 8th, he got this run. This run is dedicated to a SpeedLore champion, RCP90. Thank you, RCP90, for supporting the series throughout the year. What a year it's been, full of insane records, just like this one. At this point, we're just going to see a really refined run. You see, shoots at the camera. I mean, that is not an easy camera to hit at all. Not even remotely easy to hit. But he's full speeding the whole way. Even maintains full speed by running into the pillar there. Like, that's so pro. Would have to let off speed at those two cameras, like you'd have to, but, you know, it just, there's these hidden optimizations that most... to an untrained eye, you wouldn't see them, and this run is basically perfect. Like, that's such a good speed run. I mean, what else to say? Let's just watch it once more. 38 seconds of glory. Great warp. The warp isn't that hard to do. It takes a while to learn, but eventually you know, it's pretty consistent. You get a good feel for it. And yeah, he just cuts through like butter. It's just unbelievable. Full speed, full speed, full speed. Running into the pillar, still full speed. Finally lets off here because he has to stop and turn. And just so many hidden optimizations that, you know, you wouldn't notice unless you knew what you were looking for. Full speed there. Again, that could have been a little bit... He could have got like first shot on these cameras, like, and like maybe a bit of a better warp there. So like maybe 37 would be doable on an insane run. Maybe even 36, but he got 38. Truly remarkable speedrun, unbelievable world record, and that's it. Beautiful speedrun. And 38 is where the record remains to this day on this stage. Bunker 2 Secret Agent. So great, that's the story of Bunker 2 Secret Agent. We've seen Agent down to 20. We've seen Secret Agent down to 38, and we've seen, well, now we'll see, now I guess we'll see what happens on 00 Agent, you know, the most complicated of the difficulties. On 00, you have to double back and open a safe and get, like, documents out of the safe, so that's what adds extra time. Again, the world record was 53 by Greenunet, and of course, naturally, we will see it slowly climb down. We're back to True Faith. We can see his PB is 54 seconds, his goal is 52, and the world record's still 53. And this is now, we're going back into August 17th again. So let's watch this run. I love this run because his cat, named Picasso, has a great reaction. So listen carefully to the end of the run for Picasso's reaction. And, I mean, in a way, yeah, learning, absolutely. But this is one of the cooler Untied set this year. So we'll dedicate this as well to a SpeedLore champion, longtime SpeedLore champion, Silent Sputnik. A legend, great GoldenEye Xbox Live Arcade player. So huge thanks for your support throughout the year, Silent Sputnik. And let's check out the first improvement on 00 Agent Bunker 2 this year.
Start, then I'm gonna stop. Pretty fatigued, I'm just feeling like shit anyways, I had work fine.
Tired, late into the stream, it happens.
Just wanted to get like one more decent run out. Every run I get is like perfect.
So this is the 00 path. It kind of has its own path. And again, over 20 years, we've figured out kind of the what we think are the best paths through the bunker, although who knows. Nice shot. Nice shot. Beautiful. Great run.
Fucking go! Oh my god! Holy shit!
Picasso did it, baby.
Oh boy. Oh my god, the end of the session.
You know what, Jackstar? After we watch Clem's reaction here for a little bit, I'll show you for fun an old strategy on Bunker 2 00. Oh yeah, we get to see Picasso here. This is good.
Picasso, we did it! We did it, Picasso.
Very sweet and funny.
Did it! We did it! Oh man.
Picasso was very happy about that. And yeah, so, okay, so on Double O Agent, the strategy hasn't changed from, like, 2006. Other than the warp out the door. I'll show you. Since Jackstar is interested, you know, it's a cool thing to show, you know, because the strategy hasn't evolved throughout the bunker since then. So you go here and you shoot 9 times to lure the clipboard guard. This has been the strat since 2007, 2006 or 7. Come in here, this camera, that camera. You're shooting lures the keycard guard. That's the key card you need for the glass door. That guard has a safe key, which you need. You need 2 safe keys, in fact. Come out here, get into the documents, grab the documents. Come out here, lure the other second safe key. Then open the safe, grab the dossier. Shoot these guards, hope one of them has the clipboard. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. And then take out the cameras and leave. And so that's how you play Bunker 200. And to the best of our knowledge, even in tool-assisted... I actually can't say that for sure, tool-assisted speedruns. But, you know, to the best of our knowledge, this is the optimal way to play Bunker 200 thus far. And it has been since 2006. But the last world record set this way... Oh yeah, 2006 is when it changed. But this involves a clipboard lure, right? The last world record before the clipboard lure was a thing was this 106 by Boss. So let's take a look. This is from 2004. May 04, Boss got this time. So it actually plays out similar to the Secret Agent world record. The non-lure Secret Agent strategy. I mean, pause, 2 slaps. Look how much slower it is already, right? Oh my god, so you come this way. Almost starts like Agent. Dude, that Claw method there is so troll. It's like not a good method, but back then, you know, we didn't know. He waits a little bit for the Claw guard to open the door. Stuck on that door a little bit. So you come in here, you get the documents, and then because you didn't lure the clipboard guard, you actually go all the way in here for the clipboard. And so that camera now has seen you 2 times. It could easily go off soon, but you get a pretty good shot in it from here. So this was the old Bunker 2 strat, and actually, I was trying to PB with the strat plus the jail cell warp. So that was kind of funny, but I didn't get a PB with it. So that's how it used to be played. Pretty epic. 106. I mean, it's very cool to see, you know? Absolutely. Certainly a far cry. We've come a long way since then with 52. 14 seconds cut off that time. Pretty insane. Now, so Clem got the 52. Great run. We would see another great player show up and get 52. Tie the 52. And it would be Luke Sklar's. Let's take a look at Luke's 52. You know, a new strategy like this brings back almost everyone. Almost all of the old gamers will at least turn on the game to try out a new strategy that's been discovered. And that's what you're seeing here. You know, Luke hadn't played that much this year, but figured let's give it a go, baby. Nice shot, open the door. Nice. Nice camera. Hits the door there. It's a boost. Pretty decent. Didn't look like he got the clipboard there, but he might get it here. That can happen. It's not that common, but it does happen. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was a little bit unfortunate, though. You know, Cal brings up a good point. He almost had the world record on the old Sprat. Gets 52. But yeah, that hurts. Probably would have got the untied if that went cleaner. You know, it wouldn't even be correct to say he messed that up. There's a lot going on. You know, the game can lag and miss a B input. Guards back boost you. That back boost is what trolled him, kind of. And it didn't end up working out. $52 seconds, baby. Another 52 would happen about a month later, October. So this is after Ace got 38 Secret Agent. Ace would also tie 52. So 52 became a three-way tie. One would have to think maybe that's not going to last forever and ever and always. That's a good point, Francisco. Like, Base Boost also had many close calls with Bunker 200 trying to get the world record and untied and never panned out. I think he hasn't actually shown up in the community this year, which is interesting. Gets the key card, opens the door. Gets the documents. Nice doc. Oh my god, so no clipboard either. He's gonna get the late clipboard. That is so, like, epic that the guard runs in there right to with the clipboard for Objective A. Ace nails the run, baby. 52 seconds, great, beautiful run by Ace. And, you know, you got to imagine at this point, you know, of course, we've seen these 52s, decent runs, but there have been slowdowns and not ideal, you know, not imperfections, we'll say imperfections. So, Ace kept playing, and 4 days later, on October 12th, he hit this speedrun. Of course, another legendary speedrun we're going to dedicate to our SpeedLore champion. I saw him in here earlier, Soul O'Rock. A huge thanks, Soul, for your support and helping make these streams possible. So let's dedicate this run to you. Ace, attempting to lower Bunker 2 00 Agent, 52 seconds. Let's watch the smoothness of this run. 3 quick ones there, full speed there. Nicely adjusted there. Kept full speed at that camera, which is pretty tough to do. Open door, documents. Beautiful. So he got the clipboard in the correct spot, the more usual spot, which is cool. Nice boost. Opens the door, bingo bango, baby. Nails it. Nails it. Bunker 2 Agent, Bunker 2 00 Agent, 50 seconds. A beautiful run. Let's just watch it again. Glorious run. This is still the untied world record. Well, actually, Francisco, Callie also got Surface 1, so he might have... Yeah, I guess Ace did cut more, because he cut, like, 3 seconds, 3 and 2. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's close. It's close, yeah. Just an unbelievable run by Ace here, 50 seconds. Truly and utterly remarkable. And so, let's go to the past records here in a second. Actually, you know what? We're gonna leave it. You know, what I'm thinking, lads, is, it's Happy New Year. It's a great time to be alive, 2022. Seen on the computer screen now, it's amazing. I think I want to show 2 more runs tonight. We're about 2 hours in, which I think is a good spot to leave it. There are a lot of other great runs, kind of side runs, fun runs, other world records that I want to get to. But I don't want to make this stream like 4 or 5 hours long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show 2 more runs tonight. And then we're going to wrap up and we're going to come back tomorrow night. And tomorrow night we're just going to like have a chill part 2, hang out, watch the fun runs and browse through all the silly moments throughout the year. So that's what we're going to do. If you're still here, appreciate it. It's epic. Thanks for waiting until after the Pacific New Year's, I figured, to start this up. But, it's getting pretty late for everyone. So we'll do those 2, and we'll come back for part 2 and really give the year the honor it deserves. I think earlier tomorrow, Jack Star. I would probably 2 hours earlier. Okay, so check this out. There was only... What's interesting, though, is that there's only 1 more Untied that we've not shown yet. And it came on December 21st, 2021. Which is pretty insane. Believe it or not, Runway 00 Agent. Runway 00 Agent by Joachim Lung. And the record on Runway 00 Agent was 28 seconds for a long time by Graviton. And it was a 4-second Untied. But this year, Joachim set out there to tie it and beat it, and he did. You know what, these runs are short. Let's just watch his progress towards 28. So this was November 4 when he got this run. And Joachim is great on Runway because... I wonder why he left a PP7 out there. He's great on Runway because he also has 21 on Agent, which is only a 2-way tie him and Berg. So he wanted to hit the 300 points on Runway. Look at that Arlene, beautiful. Double Arlene there. Double Arlene there. Kind of waits for it to explode. Presses B, it explodes in the fade, completes. Very, very, very nice run. 29 seconds. Very nice by Joachim. A week later, he got this run. I mean, that's true. That takes a real grind, Francisco, to decide you want to go for a good record and not play for points necessarily. Play for a time that you really want to get, you know? Ooh. So 28 time not saved. What this means is that that last drone blew up on the last frame of the fade out. Like right there. You could kind of hear it actually. So 28 time not saved. And then, December 21st, so he kept grinding for a full month after this. Yeah, so because the end screen says completed, it counts. I mean, there was some discussion whether to count it or not back in the day, but we decided they count. So for 27, he went for a grenade boost and a guard boost. And there's going to be no delay on the last drone. He's just going to enter the plane and hope it completes right away, and it did. And this is the last Untied of 2021. It's actually really insane to see 27. Like, that's actually, like, it's stunning to see that. Because, like, the record on Agent is, like, 21, and it used to be 22, and, like, 23 is the standard for Runway, you know? So, seeing 27 on 00 is actually nuts. Like, when I joined, the record was 38, you know? So on such a short stage, that's really, really, really insane. Yeah, it probably won't, Francisco. You can see on his 28, like, the last throw, he kind of, like, hangs up by the plane for a second, then presses B, and it completes in the fade. It's like, when a grenade explodes in GoldenEye, it, like, pulses out, like, 3 times. And so on this run, it probably blew up the drone on the 3rd pulse. And it can only blow things up in those pulses. But on the 27, it, like, blew up on the 1st pulse. Like, that's what it needs for 27. You need that 1st pulse. Plus, you need the boosts that he got early on in the run. You know? Drops the nade there for a boost. Which is actually pretty difficult in double agent to get a clean boost there. Like, it's not free, I'll say. Gets another boost there, which is amazing. Throws that nade. Single R-lane for the battery. And then 2 doubles. And, like, you can get hit and stuff, you know? But, like, presses B, 1st pulse explodes. And he actually moved to playing on the Japanese version for 27 because on the Japanese version, for whatever reason, you cannot get time not saved. That's an English-only thing that happens. You know, the level says completed, the objective completed in the last frame of the mission, so it's a completed mission, 28 seconds time. Just best time not saved. But on Japanese, it doesn't happen, and he wanted the time to save, so very epic for Joachim to get that. Joachim, I say Joachim, Swedish names I pronounce with a soft J, you know, but I could be wrong, so I'll say Joachim until he corrects me. So pretty epic. And there's one more run and dedication we want to do tonight before wrapping things up for the night. And so this one, a very epic and remarkable run by a legend in the community. The legend being the Big Boss Man. And back in June 2012, on the first try of the night, you know, he's an old, getting old boss. You know, I don't say that disrespectfully. We're all getting old. You know, but the old grinder, he's been around forever, past champion. He said, baby, I want to get a world record this year. And first try of the night, he goes out there, turns on the console, and gets this run on Depot Agent. His first world record since 2018. The legend, the Big Boss Man, and we're going to dedicate this one to a SpeedLore champion and live viewer right now, our pal Sammy Limex. Thanks for all your support, Sammy. Enjoy this amazing run by legendary Big Boss Man, his first world record in 3 years, which he achieved in June 2021. And it's a dandy because, you know, it's kind of, something odd happens. Misses the train shot, squeaks in. Watches the whole cutscene. Depot Agent, 23 seconds, baby. What a time, what a rush by Boss. And yeah, as JD Black points out, him and Boss are the ones who have achieved this remarkable score, the 23 no train shot, missed train shot. And it's difficult because you lose a tiny bit of time right here. You have to, you kind of rub against the door to get in, as opposed to being wide open. So you lose like a 1/10 of a second. And because 23 is already so tight, that 1/10 really, really matters a lot. So, yeah. I don't think 22... We'll let others decide that. Jackstar, we'll let others decide if 22 is possible. But Boss got 23, a great run. And I mean, you can see like there's a lot of runs. I would say 1 or 2 hours of these sorts of runs that I want to continue showing in part 2 of the year in review. So I think we're gonna wrap up there for the night. But I hope everyone who came by enjoyed the stream, and a big thanks as well to all these the SpeedLore legends for your support as well. So a big thanks to you guys, everyone who comes and watches and enjoys. And of course the Patreon supporters as well. So stay tight, stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow night with nice hanging out and watching the other amazing runs that made 2021 a remarkable year in GoldenEye speedrunning. So big thanks to y'all. Happy New Year. Stay true. And baby, we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy this outro.